Well, thanks very much, Valen. Yes, indeed. I can see loads and loads of questions coming through on Twitter this morning, and people, a lot of people enjoying it, a lot of people asking those questions about, what happens to these babies. And yes, of course, we'll get confirmation now, but if there is still a father who's very active in the child's life, I have no doubt that they will be sent back to the father to look after the child until the mother is released from prison. Nonetheless, there's lots and lots of stories here, and every woman has got a different story, whether it be that they do have a mother that they can send the child to, or a family member, or a father, or if they have nobody, they're taken into foster care. But I have been told that there are not very many instances where foster care is actually needed, because there is family on hand that do look after the baby. So that's always a very, very positive end for a child to go into family care. Well, in prison there are social workers who come here, they live here, they work with all the inmates on a daily basis, and rehabilitation is a massive part of being in prison, and it certainly is something that I'm learning about here as I'm being here. When you come to prison, it's not that you must get worse, you've got to get better. And it was unfortunate speaking to one of the mothers who, this is the second time that she has been pregnant and bringing up her child in prison, and these are things you don't want to hear. But let's talk to one of the social workers who dedicates her life to this rehabilitation and looking after these inmates, Linda Loliwe, and she works here at Pollsmoor Prison. Linda, thank you so much. It's good to have you on the program.
Thank you, Leanne, and to the viewers, good morning.
All right, so do you work with all of the inmates, or are you dedicated mostly to the mothers?
I work with all the inmates. I'm the social work supervisor for the female center, but I focus mainly with them and the pregnant ones and the juveniles. So all of them here are part of my job every day.
Yeah. This particular unit it's lovely, but this is not a norm in South African prisons. But being in an environment like that, what does it do for the child and the mother?
Obviously, we believe in family preservation. So this makes sure that the baby and the mother bond, at least for 2 years of the baby's life. Then the baby can be released to external family members or relatives. So at least we make sure that for 2 years of the baby receives all the early childhood development needs that they have, breastfeeding, bonding with their mother. And studies show that later on, even if the mother relates, the baby can still relate to the mother because they spend 2 years with them. So that is a plus sign for us.
How much time do the mothers and the baby spend together?
The whole day. They are together. They do everything. They bath them, they feed them, they cook their food, they play with them. Obviously, up to 6 months. 6 months, then those that attend school go back to school. Those that go to work, as our regional commissioner also said that they're working, so they go to work. Then we've got a creche here where we've got people who are looking after the babies while the mothers are working. And then when they come back, they also go back into looking for their children. So they sleep with them, they do everything like normal mothers do at home. Yeah.
I imagine, the whole idea is that these children are given, like you say, as much of a normal beginning to life as possible, because it's not their fault they're here. And you can't take it out on the child. So I imagine everything is done to try and protect these babies behind bars.
Yes, that is partly what my job is. It's not me alone. We've got a development care. So psychologists are here. We've got skills who are here, who are making sure that rehabilitation happens with the babies and the mothers. And we've got external social workers that also assist also with the babies as well, in making sure that they get motivation and massaging and teaching mothers on how to look after their babies. We've got mothers who are new, first-time mothers, first time in prison, so they don't have the support that is necessary. Like at home, would you have your mother or your aunt who can teach you those skills. So we fall part into making sure that those services are available for the inmates and their babies.
When that 2-year period comes up and the mother has to say goodbye to their child, that must be one of the most emotional days and moments for any inmate.
Yes, it is, but we prepare for that because we know for termination and change for the baby. So we make sure that the people that are going to look after the baby visit on a regular basis, so the child already formulates a relationship with them while they are here. So when they go, it's somebody that is not new, somebody that they know, and that visit on a regular basis.
That's the baby. What about the mother? How does the mother deal with it?
Yes, the mother is also the same thing. So we offer counseling services for that, and we prepare for the mother that you are going to release your child in the care of your parents or in the care of your relatives. So we also offer counseling for them as well, so that we make sure. And obviously after that, it's traumatic. So we talk to them about with the psychologist as well.
I mean, the question that we got in from Twitter a bit earlier, asking if there is a father that's still involved in the life of this baby, would it go back to the father?
Yeah, obviously, the father gets first preference, and obviously we follow the best interest of the child. So we've got external social workers, your child welfare, social development that we work with. So they prepare the families outside while we prepare the inmates and the child in the correctional centers. Yeah.
Okay, Linda, thank you. Thank you for talking to us. Keep up the amazing work that you're doing. And it's a difficult situation, no matter what way you look at it, because we know that the mothers have committed a crime, the babies haven't committed a crime, and yet the mothers still have to learn a lesson in an environment which is friendly to the baby. So it's quite a tough balancing act.
Thank you for having us on, and thank you for this opportunity. Thank you.
Absolute pleasure. Linda Loliwe is one of the social workers here at Pollsmoor Prison. We'll continue to bring you more interviews from the prison. In fact, when you come to us next, we're actually going to move into the facility, into the baby mother unit, so you at home can get an idea of the conditions that they actually stay here with their children. All right, let's go back to the Johannesburg studio now.